Yo, make sure you got your paperwork straight. I got Mickey the Truth.
Let's get one thing clear. This your girl, Mickey Truth. South Carolina, 803 to be exact. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Mickey Truth, aka the Queen of Paperwork, and I am back with another video. As always, all information contained in this video is for entertainment, educational purposes only. All information used in this video is per the Fair Use Act, and any conclusion that you draw is on you, not me. So
the loudest is the weakest. Give a fuck about what they scream.
What's up, Truth Team? Thank y'all for joining me today on my live covering the YSL trial. Well, here's an update to something we covered over the weekend as far as topics in the Atlanta area, right? So if y'all recall, we reacted to the family's video in regards to the mother of four who was gunned down. And if y'all don't remember the story, remember her younger sister was shot by a stray bullet a few months ago prior to this situation.
Over her. May she rest in peace. In fact, before we wrap this video up, without playing the entirety, let's go over this surveillance footage one more time, because I think you'll agree with me that whoever released this footage might have just told on themselves. Now, I want you guys to notice Courtney grabbed the doorknob like she was expected to be let in. Now, before we notice anything else, I want us to notice the end.
Man, she put her hands up and all, like, oh my. And y'all saw me in real time, like, wow, this is crazy, right? Well, it has been an update on this case, okay? So we go over to 11 Alive. It was posted about 2:43 p.m. Eastern time today with an update. It said Stockbridge, Georgia, an Atlanta Police Department officer serving on a joint task force was shot Tuesday while serving a murder warrant in Henry County, APD said. The Atlanta police identified the subject of the murder warrant as Derek Rankins. They said he was the suspect in the killing of Courtney Reese, a mother of four who was shot and killed last week. It also goes on to say Rankins died during a task force operation. Atlanta Police Chief Darren, I don't know how you spell that, said it was not initially known precisely how he died. So with that being said, it looks like it's going to continue to go into this press conference. So let's just tap into the press conference and check it out.
Chief Shearbaum.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out so we could update the citizens of Atlanta on what transpired today and the condition of their police officer. I am joined by our Chief Operating Officer of the City of Atlanta, LaShondra Burks, as well as the U.S. Marshal for the Northern District of Georgia, U.S. Marshal Brown, our Sheriff, Patrick Abad is here, as well as Lieutenant Bonaparte from the Georgia State Patrol. Back on August the 20th, the city experienced the loss of one of the citizens in a domestic violence-motivated homicide. We lost on that day Courtney Reese. The very next day, the Atlanta Police...
So they are calling that domestic homicide, okay? So they are calling that. I know I saw some people post that this is like an ex-boyfriend or like her baby's father or something. So now it's being confirmed it is a domestic situation. Rest in peace to her.
The department issued arrest warrants for Derek Rankins, who we knew to be very dangerous and posing a threat to this community. This morning, the Southeastern Fugitive Task Force, led by the U.S. Marshals, which is comprised of members of the Atlanta Police Department, as well as the Georgia State Patrol, went to a location in Stockbridge, Georgia, where we believe Mr. Rankins to be held up. At that location, Mr. Rankins opened fire on members of the Fugitive Task Force. During that exchange of gunfire, a member of this department, an 18-year veteran assigned to our fugitive unit, was injured. And thankfully, those injuries are not life-threatening. And I want to thank God for having the hand of protection of our officers today and the phenomenal staff of Grady Hospital for their work in providing medical care, which they continue to do behind us. Fortunately, no other members of law enforcement were injured. At this point, the suspect who we were seeking to take into custody is deceased, and the Georgia State Patrol, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation will be conducting an investigation into this officer-involved shooting. I do want to take time to thank the Sheriff of Henry County, Sheriff Scandrich, who used the helicopter of that department to transport our investigator from the scene of the shooting here to Grady Hospital so medical care could be rendered. And so at this point, our one investigator, we believe, will make a full recovery. I want to commend him for his bravery today. I want to commend every member of the Atlanta Police Department that reports to duty to keep this city safe. And just thank our partners who you see gathered around us who has arrived to show support has been key in this operation today as we sought to take this individual into custody. And U.S. Marshal Brown, I'm going to turn it over to him to give comments at this time.
Thank you, Chief. The U.S. Marshal Service is comprised of a number of officers. In addition, there's certified U.S. Marshal deputies, but police officers and sheriff deputies from throughout the metropolitan Atlanta area. Atlanta Police Department is a huge contributor to that task force, and we thank them for that. We could not do our job without their assistance as well as the other law enforcement assistance. U.S. Marshals serve some 2,000 warrants a year that normally result in about 200 arrests of individuals for murder per year. This was one of those individuals that we wanted to get off of the street. We were able to do that successfully. We are so glad, and we are continuing to pray for the Atlanta officer that was wounded in this. But we could not do the job that we do had it not been for the dedicated men and women of law enforcement throughout the metropolitan Atlanta area. And it just points to how sensitive and how dangerous this line of work is. So, Chief Shumbo, we can't do it without you. Thank you for being a part of our task force in the state of Atlanta. And turn it back over.
Thank you, Marshal Brown. We appreciate you, Sheriff Labat, the Georgia State Patrol, for the partnerships that we all do keeping our city safe. Open for any questions that you all may have now this time.
We've seen so many instances of law enforcement being involved in these either search warrant cases or whatnot to put their lives actually on the line, as in this case. Has this impacted how you all handle procedures and protocols now with seemingly a bolder take when it comes to confronting law enforcement?
You know, this is a dangerous job, and I'm so thankful men and women every day say yes to this profession.
I thought they about to talk more about the case. We're going to let it roll, but they ain't like, I get it and I understand. You know, thankfully the police officer is good, but let's talk about the case. Like, what else y'all, like, what we got going on? Did y'all shoot him? Did he shoot himself? Like, I mean, we got about 2 more minutes of it, so let's check it out.
To protect this city, this county, and communities across the region. We have seen 2 members of law enforcement in the past week and a half lose their life. And our prayers continue to go out to Paulding County and to Carroll County. This is what we train for. We recruit men and women who have a quality to stand in the gap for their communities. We train weekly and regularly to make sure when an individual who poses harm to the community doesn't want to go back to jail, that we can do so with the least risk to the citizens in the area, that individual, and law enforcement. This is what we train for. But I'm very thankful for men and women, particularly the Atlanta Police Department, that serve the city, and very thankful that our investigator is going to make a full recovery.
So your protocols and procedures have not changed due to this recent uptick in law enforcement involved shootings?
Our training is always in the state of evolution for perfection and for betterment, and so it does not take one incident. We learn from all incidents, and we're always in the state of improving.
Was the suspect shot from a self-inflicted wound that was unlawful?
You know, the investigation will determine that. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation will assume the next phase to determine how this individual's.
Oh, it's gonna be forever before we find that out. Y'all know GBI is slow with it.
Lost his life, and that will be one of the areas we will investigate. Was it self-inflicted?
What do you say to these perpetrators who feel like, you know, they're one against the world, that you know, they don't really treat you guys with respect even when you show up in numbers like this?
You know, our job is.
All right, well, that is the update. So, you know, for what it is, justice is served on the case. Hopefully more details about why it happened. Did the person that was in that home that wouldn't let the young lady in, or what it looks like wouldn't let them in, you know, had something to do with it? Like, it's just still so many unanswered questions. But that's the update on this case. With that being said, I'm out. And like I said throughout the video, that's my opinion. And if you don't like it, guess what?
I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yo, a lot of y'all haven't hit me up about promo. Well, now's your time. As y'all know, my lives be going crazy these days, okay? And with that being said, if you want to feature your Instagram, your YouTube, your business, whatever you got going on during one of my lives, make sure you tap in with me, because starting at $50, you can be in one of my lives. With that being said, wait, before I go, y'all make sure y'all tap in with me to book your slot. A lot of y'all be hitting me up on Instagram and the email wanting to just talk about content, whether you're an up-and-coming content creator or somebody just got questions about cases or whatever. Book your consultation with me now. The information is on the screen. Hey, make sure you get your slot, because my slots be filling up fast. always think they know Mickey Truth. They always think they know my background and everything else. Until one day, a conversation changed everything.
And me and my homegirl, we was chopping it up one day, and we was like, girl, why we want to do a story time?
Yo, it's hard to find A1s, let alone from day one. So it's only right that we pop off the right way.
It only makes sense to do it with my day one, Mickey Truth. Yes, we was brought up together back in it. You know what? That's why y'all gotta tap in.
So I had to like cut people off because if you ain't riding like how I'm riding for you, you need to go, honey, and that's it.
And that's why all these years later, I always think about like, I can still count on my hand the ones that still I consider friends.
We got talking. You had hit me up. You had hit me up, and you was like, ride with me, and we went over there to Buddy House and
And we had wheels, okay.
When I said we hit that hump, and my hand hit the fucking ceiling. We got stories all day.
We had to do a story time.
If you want to get to know about Yvonne, Miss Underdog Up, this is the episode to watch. If you want to get to know about Mickey Truth, see where she grew up at, what she was about, this is the episode to watch.
All this is the weakest. Give a fuck about what they scream.
Holla!
Shout out Mickey. Mickey, you gonna be big. Like
I'm trying to conquer the world. Coming from where I come from. They doubted me, but I came up.